And they lose to the Indians 5-3. You can follow me at Rob Iman at twitter.com and on Facebook. And today was another awful day for the Giants. They beat themselves tonight by giving up 2 fucking errors. And also the sellout streak was snapped tonight at 500-something games. And you know what? The fans deserve, and the fans are right to not attend these games. You know, if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not the pitching, it's the hitting. Matt Moore was not too. This was probably one of Matt Moore's better games this season. He did give up the 4 run, but only 2 of them were earned, and he really lost this game due to errors. I really think Moore did his part, but the rest of the bullpen was good, but the defense was horrible tonight. A throwing error by Matt Moore, and Wang and Wong, who normally does not play first base, had a throwing error. And with Wong struggling as bad as he has lately, I wonder if it's time to maybe start kicking the tires on the idea of calling up Chris Shaw. Maybe give Chris Shaw some reps in left field and move Gorgas back into the 4th outfielder before somebody else gets injured, knock on wood. Really, it's becoming depressing, and they've only won 1 game in the last 10 games or so. So they've really stunk awful right now, and I really feel it could be time to maybe it might be time to fire somebody. I really think maybe it's time to fire Hensley Mullins and make Steve Decker the interim hitting coach. It's not going to solve anything, but maybe it sends a message to the dugout that changes are imminent if they don't play better baseball. And this has got to be hard on Larry Baer right now. Bear's having a difficult time now with the sellout over. Larry Baer needs to really start taking a tough look at who's going to be staying next season, who's going, and he might need to take a hard look at the coaching staff. I think it's time for Larry Baer to do some soul searching. It might be time for the whole ownership group to do some soul searching here. And if things really don't turn around next season, you really do start considering the idea of maybe nudging Bochy into retirement and possibly cleaning house. It might come down to house cleaning. If worse comes to worse, it could be time to clean house if things don't turn around next season. And maybe a clean break could be for the best. Every team's had to go through a house cleaning. I don't think the Giants have cleaned house since '92. But we don't want to know how ugly things get if things continue into the 2018 season. But it's really time to maybe consider giving Chris Shaw an audition with Wong, maybe needing to go back to the minors. But the problem with that, you have to designate him for assignments. It's just got to make some tough decisions here. And the fans are right not to be selling out. They're going to have a difficult time selling out games the rest of the season, with the rest of this half of the season being garbage time, and the Giants having the 2nd worst record in baseball right now. It's even Larry Baer. I don't think even Larry Baer can be safe at this point. It hasn't, but we'll see what happens. But if things don't change next season, we are really talking about house cleaning. And Giants have not done house cleaning in such a long time that house cleaning might become an option next year. And this is where Detroit's heading. I think Detroit's going to likely clean house after this season. It's a lot of unfamiliar territory coming for the Giants. They just need to start showing some heart. And what's been killing the Giants have been fundamentals. This is what the Giants were good at, and now fundamentals have killed them all season. And that's going to be, it might be time to go back to basics. I really think it's time for the Giants to go back to basics at this point. They really need to find themselves as a team. It's time to drill fundamentals. They got to stop making fundamental mistakes if they want to even have a chance of salvaging anything this season. I just don't know how. The other good news, though, the 49ers will be back in we're about 2 weeks away from preseason football, so the 49ers will be back soon enough to ease some of our pain, hopefully. This is just depressing. Hopefully they can maybe find some way to win tomorrow. All right, our buyers or sellers team today is the Minnesota Twins. And the Twins are one of the more pleasant surprises this season in baseball. And they're buyers. I think they are going to buy themselves they could probably look at adding a starter before the deadline. They may not be able to land a Sonny Gray, but maybe Lance Lynn could be something that could be a good fit in Minnesota. Maybe Jeremy Hellickson could be a really good fit at Target Field. He does a good job pitching at Citizens Bank, but if he can park and pitch at a pitcher's park like Target Field, he might, and with his experience in the AL Central, it could be time to time for Minnesota. We'll see what Minnesota can do. Can Minnesota hang in there? And now Minnesota is only a half game back in the wild card, so this could get interesting. All right, let's go with around the league. The Nationals beat the Reds 6-1. Your winning pitcher was Steven Strasburg. Your losing pitcher was Scott Feldman. Ryan Zimmerman went 3 for 5. And Feldman failed to go to the second inning, allowing 5 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. The Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 4-3. Your winning pitcher was Brian Tepera. Your losing pitcher was former Giant Heath Hembree. Kendrys Morales went 3 for 4 for Toronto tonight. Steve Pearce went 2 for 3, and for Boston, Andrew Benintendi went 2 for 3. The Orioles beat the Rangers 3-1. Your winning pitcher was Richard Blyer. Your losing pitcher was Andrew Kashner. Manny Machado went 3 for 3 for the Orioles. Wellington Castillo went 2 for 3. And Kashner couldn't get a break tonight. 3 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings pitched. The Pirates beat the Brewers 4-2. Your winning pitcher was Daniel Hudson. Your losing pitcher was Josh Hader. Gregory Polanco went 4 for 4. Brent Suter went 4 2/3 tonight for the Brewers. The Cardinals beat the Mets 6-3. Your winning pitcher was Adam Wainwright. Your losing pitcher was former Giant Zach Wheeler. Tommy Pham went 2 for 3. Josh Edgin allowed 1 earned run without recording an out. Hansel Robles 1 earned run with 2/3 innings pitched. The Marlins beat the Phillies 6-5. Your winning pitcher was Bruce Steckenrider. Your losing pitcher was Mark Leiter Jr. D. Gordon went 3 for 6. Giancarlo Stanton went 2 for 3. The Cubs beat the Braves 4-3. Your winning pitcher was John Lester. Your losing pitcher was Julio Teheran. And Wade Davis was wildly effective, allowing 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. The Twins beat the Yankees 4-2. Your winning pitcher was Taylor Rogers. Your losing pitcher was Caleb Smith. Garrett Cooper went 3 for 4. The Mariners beat the Astros 9-7 in a slugfest. Your winning pitcher was Giovanni Gallardo. Your losing pitcher was Tony Sipp. Kyle Seager went 3 for 5 for the Mariners. And McCullers did not have a good night. 4 2/3 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned. And Sipp allowed 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. And Carlos Correa left the game early with a thumb injury. Hopefully he does not have to go on the disabled list for this. The Tigers clobbered the Royals 10-2. Your winning pitcher was Jordan Zimmerman. Your losing pitcher was Jason Vargas. Ian Kinsler went 3 for 6. V-Mart went 3 for 4. Alex Presley 2 for 2. Maki Matuk 3 for 5. And not a good night for Jason Vargas. 6 earned runs in 2 2/3 innings. And Natali Feliz allowed 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched for the Royals tonight. The Rockies beat the Padres 9-6. Your winning pitcher was German Marquez. Your losing pitcher was Luis Perdomo. Carlos Azulay, 3 for 5 in this game for the Padres. Charlie Blackmon, 3 for 4. Trevor Story, 2 for 3 for the Rockies. And Blackmon had a home run in this game. Perdomo only went 2 1/3 innings, allowing 7 runs, 5 earned. The Rays beat the A's 3-2. Jake Odorizzi was your winning pitcher. Your losing pitcher was Daniel Gossett. And tomorrow, your probables in tomorrow's game will be Matt Cain against Mike Clevenger against Ty Block. And still plenty of seats available for tomorrow's game, so I think we'll have back-to-back non-sellouts for the Giants tomorrow. And down on the farm tonight, the River Cats lose to the Chihuahuas 7-3. Your winning pitcher was Brian Rodriguez. Your losing pitcher was Andrew Suarez, who only went 4 1/3 innings tonight, allowing 5 earned runs. Now, hopefully things will be better tomorrow. But maybe it's time for and onto the standings. And right now, Boston holds a 2-game lead over Tampa Bay in the AL East, and padded their lead to 1.5 games over the Yankees. Minnesota is now only a half game behind the Yankees in the wild card, so the Twins could, with the series win, could get themselves in the wild card hunt here. And a game and a half back of the Indians, so they're on good pace. Nothing to brag about the AL West. Houston continues to run away. Nationals running away with the East. The Cubs gaining on the Brewers, now only 3.5 games back out of first place for the division. So Chicago's starting to make a run here. And Colorado picked up a half a game on the D-backs tonight with that win. So we'll see what happens with that. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Together we're Giants. Keep it real. Keep it orange. Keep it real orange. Good night.